Alrighty. Oh, I'm not mute. Okay. So, welcome everybody back to group 2/5. I believe the session is session 37/19, if I'm correct. How is everybody doing tonight?
EP.
Great.
Fair.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very fair. From what I've heard, it sounds like today is just going to be, or tonight is going to be just a very shorter session. I don't know how short anyone was looking for it to be, but right now it is about 10 minutes until 1 for me, and I was thinking about something along the lines of hard stopping at either 3 or 3:30. However, whatever works for everyone else.
Sure, that works.
Yeah,
That
that
wouldn't
works for
even
me.
crack the top
That's
10
good,
shortest sessions I've played.
Okay. So, with that said, where did we leave off with last session?
We watched Poseidon blow away on his ship, and that's it.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, we did a recap.
Okay. But so, I mean, yeah, there was a little more that happened last session. Including, the last session we left off, you all had decided to venture over to the volcano of Vukarik, the consort of chains, to spy on them. You did so rather quick and successfully, and then as you were camping out for the night, you noticed the unexpected arrival of Poseidon, who had sought an audience with Vukarik because of, according to Vic, who had been spying in on that meeting. Poseidon was looking for certain Inheriar that were hidden at the base of the volcano within the lava. Vukarik allowed him to steal all of the Inheriar away, all the while, a small group of the party had decided to sabotage some of the weaponry that was on the ship, which resembled. There was like the one little bit of role play I did for Myra Michaela, which was just the fact that Poseidon's ship was a dagger vanguard ship. It is essentially Zariel's flying fortress, but you would have known that there is one of many of those, and that's the only sort of like information I gave to the party from you.
Cool.
But regardless, the Poseidon's ship was sabotaged, but he still took all of the Inheriar and left as you all made your way back to Malefesh's volcano. And then, from what I remember of last session, you all were deciding to venture over to the next volcano to spy on the next demon, Turglass the Ebon Maw. But as you all had left, a certain couple of you had gotten visions of a particular event. This would have included Citrine, Vic. You got visions, but a different kind of vision than Citrine and Church. As Citrine and Church got this vision from their attunement to the hive mind, and you had gotten your vision from the Raven Queen. But with that all said, it's up to you all how we want to spend this sort of lesser session. If you all want to, we can either just go over the events that had happened in the last session, just because certain people weren't here, certain people had to leave early, certain people weren't able to really even speak. So we can just go over that as well if we want to, or we can just continue directly where we left off. It's up to you all.
I mean, we could still like do the stealth thing again with the mountain or the volcano. It didn't take long last time. The only stop we had is because Poseidon. So what do you guys think?
So I, for one, vote to leave it up to people who were actually here at the end of the last session and heard what Poseidon had to say. Who all was actually here last week? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Me, Zo, Citrine.
Yeah, it was Zoe, but he had to be. He wasn't able to actually use his voice. I think he was like around family for some reason. It was Lana. It was Jake, Citrine, Lizard, and Devin. You had to leave early, Aaron, and then Michaela wasn't there.
Okay, so I get to pass this buck on to all of y'all. Have fun.
Damn.
So yeah, it's up to you guys where you want to go. It's, I'll say it's not entirely. You can certainly have a say, Aaron. It's up to you as well.
I trust y'all.
Don't know if you should.
True.
I think the next plan was just to go to another mountain, you know?
Yeah, it was
I thought
to
that's
go
the- yeah.
go to the next volcano. So you all had taken, you all had spied on,
The chain guy, right? What's his name?
hold on, my mouse. You all had spied on this one, this last session, and then this is the one you're planning on spying on next?
I think we just continue. Because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
was a very successful mission last time, right? We didn't really have
Yeah.
an issue
Yeah.
at all. It was really quick. We got some information. And then, yeah, I think we just go to the next
Okay.
place.
Also,
Unless anyone wants to go to...
To answer, I forget who specifically asked this question. I'm so over this mouse. What is happening right now? To answer somebody's question, I know they asked before the stream. Yes, the Aesir are here in Jotunheim right now. You all had seen from Maelthesh as they were actively attacking Jehutai the night before. Kind of clearing out the rest of the demons that were left behind after Barbu had died. But if that doesn't change anything you want to do, then we can just go back to where we immediately left off. Would the people? This will probably be Devin and Livid. Would you all like a recap on like the vision that you had seen?
Yes, I don't remember. I just remember
Yes.
seeing...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll kind of describe it just in the same way that I had before. Let's start with Citrine. So, Citrine, you were at the moment. I think you Hexbloods don't have any sort of like. You still need like sleep, even though you're.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were definitely asleep as soon as Drew and the other elven folk of the group had finished their shorter long rest, began to immediately pick up the spring wind and begin flying over to the volcano of Turglass. You were still sound asleep as the sun began to rise on a new day. As you find yourself asleep in whatever sort of dreams that had conjured up in your mind, the noise of that dream slowly begins to be intruded on. As you're like partaking in this dream, you slowly begin to hear the very distant, omnipresent though, sounds of screams. Screams of 1, 2, 10, 20, 40, hundreds, thousands of people. None of them sound discernible. None of them you seem to recognize. None of them. But still, the screams, though distant, become louder and louder and louder in your head as you get the sense that this isn't just in your dreams. This is something this is something of like a presence. There is something happening in the backs of your mind. This is also happening to Zoe as well, or not Zoe. This is what's happening to Church as well. As Church is currently spending his time meditating on the top deck, and the other people that are awake at this point, which would probably be Petal and I forget. No, Hecate is human. I don't think anyone else would be awake at this time. It would be just Drew, Petal, and Church. Church still just meditating, even though he doesn't need it anymore. But he is meditating on the top deck and just begins to similarly hear these large screams. But Petal and Drew don't notice anything really going on until Zeremiel begins to sort of react in this sort of, his eyes kind of go wide with shock and horror as he seems to kind of almost clasp at his ears like he's hearing something, and then begins to just curl up into himself as he begins to hear these massive screams. Vic, you also begin to hear these loud screams within your own dream, as the others don't really know what's going on. The dream you have clicks out. You are back in a very familiar void-like space that you have interacted with the Raven Queen a couple times at this point. And the only thing standing within this massive void you are in is a gargantuan mass. It is, from a distance and not too detailed, looks as if it is the shape of a gargantuan hand. Looking down at the tips of the fingers, you can see other sets of hands that are on each finger. But then looking closer and closer at this structure, it is entirely made of a mass of flesh. They're masses of different flesh just warping and slithering like veins or vines, clustering to make this massive structure. But outstretched and outcropping from and protruding from these masses are arms, limbs, torsos, faces that are screaming, seeming fully conscious of these normal human beings just being a part of this undiscernible construct. You can see that it looks like there are chunks and pieces of entire cities that are kind of melted into this massive structure, almost like it's wearing it like armor. And you just see this, and as you begin to look at it, you can start, the omnipresent screams all become more collected to a point. The screams come from this creature, and as you stare up at it, you get the small presence that there are other warlocks of the Raven and Queen somewhere in this mass, that is either somewhere in this mass or somewhere on top of it. As you can see, and looking at in more detail, you can see other people. There are people that aren't a part of this massive construct. There are people fighting and running on these massive bits of the city that make up this shell around the structure. Now, Citrine, you don't get this visual, but you...
I know to turn this.
Oh. Hello. We were just recapping the vision that you all had gotten in the last session. So, anyways, so Citrine, you don't really get to see this visibly in front of you as Vic does. But almost like in this massive wave that comes and goes just like that, you are hit with a mound of information about this creature. For a solid second, you know everything about this creature. You know how it's made, you know who made it, you know where it is, you know what it's made of, you know practically everything that you could possibly want to know about, or want to know about this creature, and then it's just gone. It's just a fleeting memory that you can't pinpoint. But it is that sort of rush of information that startles you awake as it's like you slowly, rapidly remembering, forgetting the dream you just had. Now, the people that aren't having this dream, aka Vic, aka everyone that's not Vic, Citrine, and Zoe, the people that are either sleeping or on the top deck. Zoe, you probably kind of, after seeing everything about this creature, you kind of just probably collapse out of your meditation, and you look up to see Zeremiel, which Petal and Drew would also see, as Zeremiel is aghast, his eyes wide, as he's just clutching himself, just screaming, "What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is this?" Just indiscernible jargon as he's just as he's just like screaming for answers. And it is at that point where we left the last session, and I will ask you all what you, the people that are awake, what you'd like to do, which would include everyone that was also having the dream.
Do I remember the dream? Because you said that
You
everyone...
remember. Unlike Citrine and Church, you didn't get all of that information. But you still saw the creature, and you still remember it vividly. It's almost like the Raven Queen burned it into your iris.
Oh shit.
So, it's up to you what you want to do with that information. But so Petal and Andrew, what are you two doing? As like Zoremiel is kind of just screaming.
Church will just yell, "Keep it down, will ya? Some people are still sleeping."
He's just he can't even understand. He doesn't even register that you said any of that, as he's just like buckled, and he's almost like teetering to himself, kind of just like clutching himself on the floor.
So I'll go up and sit down next to him and light up one of my cigars and just pass it over to him. Like, yeah, I've had a few nights like that too, buddy.
No. This is not a dream. It is very real. It is very real. It is now. It is here. It is now. It is why not here. Here. It is. Where is it? Where is it? I've forgotten.
You forgot it?
Why can't I remember? I don't know.
Vix walks to them because all the yelling calmly. It's like, I've seen it too. Let's chill out.
I can't. He screams. I knew everything, and then it's gone.
I try to explain the vision I saw to him, and I'm like, "Is this what you saw?"
It sounds familiar. I could not see it, but I know everything about it. I knew everything about it, and then it's gone. At this point, I'd probably say a decent amount of you have probably woken up just from Zoremiel screaming on the deck above.
Yeah, I explained to him. It's like we gotta finish this task because I think we are needed elsewhere.
There is need everywhere, unfortunately, and this one, I don't know if we can do anything about it.
Well, let's go, and we just gotta finish this task fast. Whoever these people are, that in my visions, we gotta help them. It's been in my dream twice already. And the queen says I need to do this.
The queen?
Oh shoot! Do they not know about the Raven Queen?
Zoremiel doesn't know what you're talking about.
No.
He's known you for 2 days.
Oh, that's right. Just say my little helper. Let's say that. But she says we need to do this, so we gotta finish this island before we can go.
At this point, Myra comes up with Aurora perched on her shoulder, both of them very clearly having just woken up. Why is there screaming? What happened? Are we being attacked? She's like getting ready to cast Mage Armor on her.
I can't. He's kind of still like, even as he's like speaking to you, he's still kind of like digs into himself. He's like, why can't I remember? Why is it Ilias? It's far from here.
I try to explain to Myra of the vision I saw, and try to translate. This is why he's freaking out. We saw an abomination of hands and people fighting on that hand. Kind of weird, but my patron, he said we need to help them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is this here?
Well, that's a question that I don't know. I kind of chuckle out. So that's where
You-
I kind of been to, by the way, and that void and another plane. But yeah, I seen stuff. We need to hurry up with this.
Drew will quickly just say, "Wait, isn't it like bamboos madness? Let me quickly try something." And Drew tries to cast dispel magic on him.
I will tell you ahead of time that is not going to work. This is clearly something he is seeing within the hive mind, and the people that are attuned to that, aka Citrine and Church, would definitely be able to tell you that.
Okay. Damn. Alright then. Well, do you want some protection from evil and good to help you sleep better?
There is no protection. There is no safety. This thing it's horrible.
We need to calm down, analyze what we saw or heard, right? What do you think of the vision I just told you?
Are you asking him?
Yes.
He basically said, I know of the creature. I know of it. It's somewhere. It's in the hive. I cannot access the hive mind, but it is somewhere. It is something. I can't see it.
That doesn't help.
Alright then. Huh. If
You said,
I'd
so
assume there's a danger nearby, and Drew will cast Death Ward on himself.
No, it is not. It is not far. It is not near. It is far, far away. But it is not. It is. It is within. It is in the west. It is in the west of Cerdonia, and in the seas. It's Ilios. As you see him
so
like
you-
straining as he's like trying to like almost like he is actively trying to access the hive mind, which he seems to very much so struggle to do.
Well, I guess we're heading west after this, guys. Don't know where, but west we go.
You said we're going to Ilios?
What?
No.
Thank God, I know a guy who fell down a well there one time.
He looks to you and says, No. We that's where it's where the abomination lies.
Are you saying we should avoid it?
I think my friend might still
Do
be
you
in
have
that
any
well.
idea- Do you have seen it with your own eyes? Do you think
I
there is
have
any
seen
hope
it.
to defeat it?
As the Raven Queen's chosen, not chosen one, Jesus. But I have a fellow friend over there that I need to help with similar powers of mine.
Drew will just close his eyes, open his eyes, and just say, "So, what I gathered is it's not here, it's not an actual problem, it's on the other side of the world. You don't have to worry about it."
It is a con.
Worrying because there's a lot of
Isn't
there's
that
a
the
lot
side of the world that we live on?
there's a big abomination taller than the mountain here. This volcano here.
Petal, you in fact know exactly where this would be. This is the Ilios is the northern continent. Actually, everybody native to Emperina, which would be Petal and Myra, would know where Ilios is, and it is on the massive continent directly north of Emperina.
That, I think, is a problem we might have to deal with in the near future.
Yeah. That's
Well,
why
do
I'm
say-
saying we finish this first here and we head west after.
We can even
Yeah.
get paid on the way.
And
Okay.
Drew says, so I don't think any of us can actually deal with an enemy that big, so let's anyone else deal with that.
I think they need help. We have people there. maybe we use us as like reinforcements.
I mean, it will take us at least a week to even get there on our ship.
That's my thing. I don't know if it's too late. 'Cause we have to finish this here.
Yeah, we'll have to finish this here and then travel at least a week on the way there. So I don't think.
Okay.
Let's finish quickly.
So, with that,
And
you
You said
all.
I wouldn't remember the dream. Also, sorry.
No,
I
you.
wouldn't
So
remember
you still very much hear the dreams, but it is there is a wave of knowledge that comes and goes from you, almost like you were like hit with a massive wave, like a physical wave, just slamming into you and then passing you by, where you for like a solid second knew everything about this creature, and then it was just gone. All of that knowledge was gone.
So then, yeah, I agree. We should finish up what we're doing here so that we can make it over as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Should we then? Should we go to a next volcano or just go to the main volcano?
I
If
think
we
we're
need to
supposed
go.
to go to the
We
next
will
one.
only go to the main volcano with the army.
Yeah, because the
That's
main
true.
volcano has that demon that we can't fight in it. So we gotta just go to one of the other volcanoes,
Mhm.
the smaller ones.
All right, so we go small, and then go to the big one, and then we go west. Is that the plan?
I don't think
Yeah,
we hit the.
so
I don't know if we're gonna be going to the big one at all.
I think we go to the smaller ones, and then we take all the information that we gather, give it to the Aesir. The Aesir are gonna
Oh,
go
that's
to
right.
the center
Yeah.
city.
Because we
Okay.
were mostly concerned about cutting off the Dark Seldarin, because they're the ones holding the like barrier between east and west. So if we
Okay.
can cut them off from support, the Aesir can then deal with them and perhaps open up communication again.
And then we can hightail it as soon as we give the Aesir that information. We can make a beeline to the west, and I already got business in the west myself anyway, so I
All
think
right.
that's a
I
perfect.
think that's a good plan then.
Actually,
All
you
right.
asked. Ooh, that's actually interesting. You asked Malefash about your father, correct?
Yeah,
And like
I
where he
asked him.
was.
I asked him like what was the level of urgency that my father
Yeah.
might be in danger.
I think I
attacking.
remember him specifically telling you where he was and what he was about to
Mhm.
do.
Give me
Yeah,
one
he
second.
was in
And
Ithaca
you
and he was
certain
about to die.
yes. Which is why you would certainly recognize the name Ilios, because that is the name of the country of Ithaca that Ithaca is within.
Oh, then yeah, it's exactly where I need to be. So I will definitely be on gung ho. Yeah, I wrote it down right here. Planning an attack on Ithaca.
Mhm.
So then, yeah, we need to get over there as quickly as possible. So what's the next volcano that we're
Yep, I
going
think-
to?
Yeah. So
I think that's
you
it.
all would be a several hours journey to this next volcano as you practically pass, as you pretty much exactly pass by Vukarik's old volcano, not old volcano, it's still his volcano, Vukarik's volcano, and make your way over to the volcano of Turglass. Is there anything else? Is there anything anyone wants to do during this traversal time?
Is there
might
any way I could?
use-
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to use this time to say everyone that I learned I get to have a spell. That's very good. Yay. I forgot I picked this one, but here's Death Word. So if you feel you're going to die in the closest 8 hours, feel free to
Okay.
say that. Yeah.
Michaela, what did you want to do?
I was wondering if it's a couple of hours, if I have time to add to just like add some spells to my book.
Yeah, you would have. Do you know the exact amount of time
I have-
each spell is going to take?
Yes, I have the list of spell scrolls I bought and how long each one takes. So if you just give me the time, I can mark down
Yeah.
what I'm adding.
How? Ooh. Okay. I would say it took about a short rest to get to Vukarik. So I'll say it'll take another long rest to get to Turglass. So I'll say you have about 8 hours.
Okay. Cool. That's a third level into first level, so I'm gonna add haste and unseen servant to my book.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Hey,
All right.
let's fucking go.
Okay. Sounds
Oh,
good.
ignore that, please.
All right. So, unless anyone else wants to do anything over this next 8 hours, then we will cut over to about mid-afternoon when you all arrive at Turglass, the volcano of Turglass. So you all would be arriving from this side of the map, as you all are coming from where Vukarik is, about down here-ish. You immediately you are able to see from afar from where the spring wind is, which, by the way, how far away did we all I keep forgetting how far you all actually, like 50 miles away from the actual city you want to keep the spring wind?
Or I think since we
Mm.
still have the demon that makes our ship invisible, we just like go to the nearest we can before like it becomes even obvious, even if the ship is invisible. So like,
Okay. Yeah. The Zeremiel would be able to would be able to cast invisibility on the spring wind, but would inform you that it would not be a very long duration in which he can keep that up. It would be an hour, but if you want to, but unless you are planning to stay longer than that, then the invisibility might not be incredibly useful at least while you are like stalking the spring wind. While you all do your own thing.
Drew think, well, the last time it didn't take an hour, so why should this time?
Mm.
So we should be able to be in and out before
Okay.
that becomes a
In
problem.
that case, Ramiel will shakily, as he's still shaken from the visions he had seen of that creature, he will hesitantly begin inscribing the runes again to turn the entire spring wind invisible as you all make your way over. So, are you all just flying straight? How close are you getting now that you are invisible? Are you just getting like straight up to the volcano, or are you guys keeping still at a distance?
Can I recon it out as a bird? My raven?
Yeah, you'd
Really
be
quick
able to
before we go.
recon. It would only be about like, I think. Oh yeah. You're a special raven, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how far out you want to be, how far out do you want to be from the actual spring wind?
Fuck. How close are we right now?
It's up to you. That's what I'm asking.
I
Is
feel
like
close
how
enough to notice there's anything useful, because I can go pretty far, right?
okay. So I'd probably say if you want to have the spring wind about where Drew's token is right here, and then you can decide how far out you want to be from the rest of the group with that reference.
Maybe around like here-ish. I'll stop around here.
Okay.
See if there's anything useful there.
All right. So, go ahead and make everybody that can, or no, everybody that's proficient in perception checks can go ahead and make a perception check. Vic, you can make a perception check regardless, or an investigation check, whichever one would benefit you more. Church, do you have advantage on that, or is that just a 12?
No, I think it. I'm pretty sure. No, it's only just
Okay,
a
Myra with
I
a nat
don't
20.
have advantage on that, but that was also.
Yeah, it was still a nat
first
20.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Citrine with the 23.
No, it would have just been
Vic
the 12.
15. Okay, so that's fine. So, and then
Not
okay,
a
27. Awesome. I imagine you'd be
Oh.
able to just like Drew would be able to just send out one of their monodromes and just kind of like fly around trying to using Kosherenum.
Yeah.
But you all of it, there's not really anyone that specifically doesn't succeed. If anything, Church would just see a little less of what the rest of the party sees. But everybody else, as Vic is investigating ahead of you all, and you all are just observing from the spring wind, you notice a couple things that stand out about this volcano. One, the entire city is completely abandoned. And more than that, all of the buildings and cities and the cities around this volcano are in much more ruin than all the others. They seem to have been in this almost constant there seems to have been this massive conflict, not just like with the demons and the Jotuns. This seems like more grander than the other conflicts. You also, aside from just like the barren cities where you don't even see any you don't see Varghouls flying in the air, you don't see any of like the standard humanoid zombies kind of just droning around, none of that. What you do see, however, is this volcano. It is rather active still, as you can see trickles of lava still pooling from different cracks and seams in the volcano itself. But the top of the volcano is completely covered by a mass of flesh. It is this I will say right now, it has nothing to do with the creature that Vic, Citrine, and Zoe had seen before. This is a single mass that is just this massive. It looks like it's supposed to be a massive plasmoid of some kind, but it's just entirely made of flesh. There doesn't seem to be any sort of discernible humanoid qualities of it or of any kind. It is just this gargantuan mass that kind of blocks the entire top of the volcano, and you see bits of the flesh kind of pool out like it's bits of fat that are just like pooling out of the top of the volcano and just dripping down the sides ever so slightly. But it is just this giant mass of flesh on top of the volcano.
Does the flesh goop seem to be alive?
With Myra's nat 20 to perception, and I'll say with Drew's 27, yeah, it is still, it seems to be alive in some way.
Oh wait, didn't Milfish say that this guy is a general, but he just ate all his subjects?
He is called the Ebon Maw, but no, I do not believe Melfesh had specified had told you any of that.
Well, he said his subjects are always inside him, and he can spit them out whenever needed.
No. Yes.
No?
I think so, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
So how are we supposed to find our way inside of it?
I low-key just want to attack it, but I don't know if that's
We could
Um,
just have
see how it
Snake. Like,
reacts.
Flattery can get us somewhere.
Somebody here has meteor swarm, huh?
is there any way we can maybe look for another opening somewhere? Or is everything that everything that would be inside the volcano is inside of him? So maybe is there any way to get inside there without alarming him or waking him up? Or
Is
just-
there a Volcity we could fly into?
yeah, another
Um, for that, I think you would have to get closer, but if you want, but that's not out of the question if you want to, or Vic, you are currently scouting, so if you want to make an investigation check, investigation check to kind of look for those certain qualities of the turret class, you can. Okay. Yeah. No. You are able to fly around, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of It really doesn't look like this is supposed to be a living being. This just looks like a mound of flesh.
All right, guys. I think we just go close.
All right, so y'all just want to move closer to it and force our way in? Or look a little bit closer?
I think it's safe. I think we should just go in, but that's just.
Well, if you think it's safe.
To clarify, does everybody want to do we want to go in turret glass, or do we want to go just in?
I think we just want to go
observe
near
him
it.
from a closer distance.
I think we should observe from a closer distance.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, 'cause if we just try to get inside of him.
I'm hearing some people imply that they want to go in turret glass. Some
We
people
gotta at least buy him dinner first.
Observe turret glass.
Damn.
Okay, so you all are certainly able to get closer. I will say these perception checks will just keep constant for this, as you will just keep constant for the people that are on the spring wind. So Myra, you are. I imagine you as you get closer and closer, Aurora has been sent out, kind of just and you're just using their eyes, or are you not doing that?
Yeah, she would have sent Aurora out to get a better view of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you doing any sort of concealing of their visuals, or are you gonna try to just stealth it?
I think. Hold on, let me pull up Hawk stats.
Also, I will also say, if you guys get close enough, the same predicament that you had last session about noise will also be an issue, because though Zeremiel is keeping the Springwind invisible, audibly it is still kind of humming with life. And no, this is way too. The Springwind is way too big for a silent spell this time.
Sad.
I think Aurora's just getting sent up to try and get a better look at this, but not necessarily just essentially like a more centralized view, but not any lower.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, you can go ahead. I'll keep the nat 20 perception. It's and so the higher stats, the lower perception checks kind of notice there's not really a huge amount of discernible qualities about this turret glass. Depending on how close you get, you barely are able to discern any sort of like actual features that would that could allow you to properly discern what kind of creature this thing is. Those with higher perceptions slowly begin to see eyes, several eyes, all around, all kind of like poking out from within this mass. But it's not a huge enough perception required to notice a massive mouth, or rather a closed mouth, that is directly at the top of this mass, just looking up at the sky, almost like a sarlacc pit.
I'm about to say, like
Except
it's a
for-
Sarlacc pit.
Like it's a closed sarlacc pit, though.
Y'all still want to get inside that thing?
We hot drop. Like
Isn't
before you
everything?
guys.
Well, we got told everything was inside it. I'm thinking maybe we should go inside, try to see what
The thing is, what happens if it doesn't open its mouth again if we go inside?
we force it open. We can make a
Alright,
new
I'm down.
mouth.
Good
Let's
enough.
not force the Volcussy open.
Oh God.
Oh,
You know, as I
I
was
think
describing Turret Glass, I knew that something was going to be said.
I think worst case scenario, if we get stuck inside, we rip our way out, and we have magic, so let's go
Can we
investigate.
drop
Let's
something
see what's
in
got
there?
going on.
Can we just like throw an explosives in there?
Can I send Champ? I brought Champ back on the boat. Can I send Champ in there to go do a little investigating, see if he makes it, and then if he makes it in, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't.
it would still be the same predicament of there would be a sort of distance at a point in which you would have to just rely on Champ to feed you back the information
So
that they find.
are we able to get at least within where I have 100 feet between Champ and I? Because I only need at least 100 feet. So if we can be that distance away,
you'd be able. In order for you to be able to keep within auditory range, no. But unless anyone has a way to dampen the sound of the spring wind, then you would have to stay at a distance in which you
like Myra's broom.
You can use Myra's room, yeah, if you
And
want
just
to.
have
If you want to get Myra.
Oh, didn't I get like max out my knowledge on like knowing how to ride the broom last session? So I'm pretty sure
I think you did. In fact,
I created to ride the broom, so I think I know how to do that.
I think you rolled
Okay.
2 nat 20s to ride the broom.
So, Myra, you don't have to go on the broom if you don't want to, but you can certainly give Church the broom, unless you don't want to.
Don't worry, I'll keep it safe. Let me try something.
Can I
Okay.
just be with Church at the bird?
Yeah, sure.
Just make sure he's okay. Okay.
Does anyone else want to be on the broom? Because at the moment it's just one person.
I think Myra, it's her broom, right?
Yeah, I can also send Aurora in so
Okay.
that we can kind of cover more ground.
And
Oh,
are you casting invisibility on you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll drop a
Yeah.
third level invisibility to.
Okay.
no, you know what I'm
That
doing?
Would you be able to put it's on all of us. Okay, never mind. So yeah.
So
I mean,
it's-
there are birds, but
So with a third level invisibility, that would be you, Church, and Vic, or
One of the could you make Champ invisible also? Like
I was
I
gonna
can
say,
make
'cause he-
two people. I can make two.
Okay, don't make me
Creatures
invisible.
invisible.
Don't make me invisible because I'm not actually going in. So Champ needs to
Mm-hmm.
be invisible, and so does any other familiar you guys want to actually go into the Sarlacc.
I should verify though that you would still be within viewing range of
I
Turret
think
Glass
you
if
should
you
be
wanted to get
invisible,
with.
Church.
So I think just Champ and I can go, and then Vic can stealth his way around.
Yeah, we just fly around. Yeah.
In fact, Champ probably doesn't because he's an undead. He's a fiendish owl, so he fits in with the crowd.
Oh, so he wouldn't look out of. out
No.
of sorts. Okay, so then, yeah, just Vic and I.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
So I
Okay.
will hand the broom over to you very gently as I tell the broom, don't drop them. Like, fully not talking to you, talking to the broom.
And
I
I grab it out of your hands. Oh, don't worry, we'll be fine. And
I can fly, and I just turn to a bird.
I swiftly jump onto the broom and make my ascent, my descent
I
down.
have to touch you to cast invisibility.
I hope she
Okay.
slaps my back with that before I set off.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I will
And-
drop a 3rd level invisibility on
Okay.
Vic
As you
and
as
Church.
as you hastily cast this and just like sit in just contemplation over the two of them just diving into this situation, as if it couldn't get worse, you just hear a little from behind you as you see a sting spawn has been replaced from the last one.
She just kind of sits there and spends a solid 20. This is just gonna be a flat luck check to see if she wastes a 3rd level spell to bitch at her grandfather. Ah. She does not waste the spell slot, but she
Just
thinks about it.
screams into the spring. It just screams into the sting spawn, just looking directly at it. All right, so Vic and is it just Church and Champ, and Vic is going in and just Vic is stealthing, or
Think so. Yeah, it's just us 3.
Yeah.
okay. In that case, you all begin to descend with the broom, and you kind of get close enough to the closed mouth of this creature. What would you like to do?
I want to see if we're close. So since we're close enough, I just want Champ to sort of fly down and see if there's any small, slight openings to this mouth opening, so he can make his way inside of the body of this mass.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You are definitely able to. You send Champ down to descend. Vic, are you doing the same thing? Just following Champ?
I'll wait for Champ to see if it's safe before I go in.
Okay.
You're also invisible currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I don't want to
Champ
go
at
in
the
there and then I
moment.
can't get out, because that'd be a issue. So I'm just gonna wait for
So
Champ.
Champ is not invisible. It's Vic and
Yeah.
Church are invisible. Okay.
Yes.
So Champ you watch. So you observe through Champ's eyes as he flies down to and like kind of sits himself on the ridge of this massive mouth that is closed. And he kind of like looks down, observing. You can see that it's kind of pretty sealed shut, tight. There's this little like lip area where like this is like crevice area that's about like a foot deep. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be any sort of way. But as Champ kind of like, you watch as Champ kind of like sits on, like not sits but like lands on the actual Turret glass and just sits there a moment kind of observing. And then you watch as Champ looks down at Turret glass and then just begins to peck at Turret glass's flesh.
Oh my god!
But then you
Hit
hear
stop.
as the mouth opens ever so slightly, revealing this massive array of jagged and gnarled teeth that make up a whole other wall of its own, but open up just enough that you could see that Champ can see into the mouth itself, and you watch as Champ kind of just immediately dives in.
Oh boy.
Oh God, we are still close enough, right? I'm still.
Can I see? Can I fly around?
Yeah,
and see what's in
you
there?
watch it. Everybody can.
Okay, so I
everybody
can see.
still-
I can
Okay.
see Champ. I can see through his eyes still. So
Yeah.
okay.
Church, you are still able to see through his eyes. Vic, in fact, everybody can see the mouth open up ever so slightly, and then as Champ disappears, the mouth closes up.
Oh Jesus.
Well, here goes nothing. And so then at that point, I will like lose my body will like drop to the ground, and then I will be inside of Champ's like mind now. So I believe that's
I'll
the
just
state.
protect Church while he's.
Yeah, I believe that's the
You're
state
on
I'm
the
in.
broom. Are you on
So
the
yeah,
broom
the
or are you
broom
on
is
landing on
sentient,
Turglass?
correct? So no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on the broom, and I
Okay.
want this broom to follow Myra's instructions and keep me.
You worried me for a second because it sounded like you were landing on Turglass.
No. I just will be passed
okay.
out on the broom, but the broom's gonna know. Like I'll let it know, like, hey, I'm gonna be out for a little bit. Keep me up.
You see through the eyes of Champ as he kind of flies down, and if you've seen How to Train Your Dragon, it's like
Yeah.
that when the lair of the Red
Oh
Death,
God.
where it's just like you look through Champ's eyes and you look around and it's almost like you are inside the volcano, but you look at the walls in itself. It looks like Turglass has enveloped the entirety of this volcano. Below you is a bed of lava that seems to just be within Turglass's stomach. There are ridges and almost like an entire cavernous system that lives within Turglass, and there are creatures, still sentient creatures of these massive demons with these huge maws and these massive figures, as they are in honestly like this constant conflict with each other, as they are just, it looks like a constant fight to the death, as they seem to, as it almost seems like a constant battle for who can eat the who can eat the biggest person in the room, as they are all just fighting, and you watch certain demons die, and then the victor just swallows them up in in their maws. You see several of them just split up their jaws in like 3, 4, 5 different ways as they almost expand like a snake's maw to just scoop everything up. It is a violent fight that just seems to have been going on for so long.
So what I'm looking at is basically the scene that Thorfinn had the dream with Askeladd, but it's all demons killing each other.
Unfortunately, I don't think I understand the
I'm
reference.
sorry. So it's just like
I think so too. I know what you're talking about. I think
So-
so.
yeah, is that what I'm hearing? The
Sounds like
hellscape of just demons killing each other left and right.
You
Okay.
actually, so you see, like there are smaller demons that are still kind of like fleeing for their lives from these larger ones, including Varghouls, who are also just fighting to the death and trying to eat each other up. And Champ even
So it
has to
looks
zip and avoid as like several of these Varghouls also try to begin to attack Champ as well. But Champ is able to just evade and try to find a hiding spot.
Wow, it's actual hell on Earth in there. Maybe we shouldn't go in. I'm thinking it's not a great idea as I snap back.
There
on
are
the broom.
creatures larger than the spring wind in that
Alright,
I'm thinking that we don't go in there, but they seem pretty occupied. I don't think that they're gonna be a problem to anybody anytime soon, as long as we keep that mouth closed. So can we seal this off or something? Like, if we need to seal this off forever. No, nothing ever needs to come out of there. Nothing ever needs to go in there. So I want church.
I will say one other thing. A key detail you notice is that there is one more figure, the largest of the figures, they are very humanoid in nature. They don't seem as gluttonous and large. They seem rather gaunt in figure, humanoid in nature. The top half is very human, with almost undead, with a very undead nature and these curved horns behind them. Their entire bottom half is just almost like they are embedded in rock, but embedded in flesh in this like sort of rock-like formation that kind of that hides within the and disappears underneath the lava. They are the largest figure in the room, and even with all of these massive other creatures that are fighting for their lives, it seems no one dares touch this figure.
Huh. And so I would also break out and describe this figure to Vic and ask Vic, do you know anything about this one? As I describe the demon that looks like that.
No, I do not.
Let's go ask the rest of the group what they think. And so then, as Champ sees this demon, I want him to take good note of all the characteristics, and then I want him to hightail it out of there, get out of there as quick as possible before that thing notices that you noticed it. And we'll go relay all of this.
You watch as cinema happens before you, as Champ just like, it's like Toothless trying to escape the Red Death that first time. He's just like trying to like peck him. He like goes upside down on the roof of the on the other side of the mouth of Turaglass and just begins to furiously like peck at the ceiling, just trying to get him out, trying to get out. Occasionally have to like dip away to escape these Varghouls that are flying after him, but continuing to just try to get his way out. It's not budging as he's just trying to furiously rip at Turaglass.
If
Vic.
he's within 100 feet, you might be able to just put him in a pocket dimension.
He is within 100 feet, which because you are able to still see through his eyes. So so if he is within range, you can certainly just pocket dimension him.
Yes, I will do that. I will save him so that he does not get noticed by that thing. I don't want that thing to know we're here. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to pocket him up and get him out.
Vic, as you and Church begin to rise up into the air, you're still in. I'm assuming you're still in like your Raven form, right?
Yes.
Okay. You are like you kind of like are resting on one shoulder of Church. Champ is on the other shoulder, and the two of you and everybody kind of just flies up into the air. You almost feel your vision compelled to look in a certain direction.
Oh shit!
As your raven-like head darts back down at Turaglass, as you see one of the many open eyes across this massive mass of flesh is looking at you.
Oh.
Not at Champ. Not at Champ. At you.
And I'm supposed to be invisible, right?
Yep. It is a very familiar void black eye with a searing violet pupil.
Oh, they know we're here. And that's all I say.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean they know we're here?
That's all he said.
I was super stealthy. What do you mean they know we're here? Your Mission Impossible music is interrupted by the raven on your shoulder that just goes, "They got us."
Yeah, that's all I say. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, you relay this information.
Do I know?
Church.
Do I know? Do I know why? Or just
You're not sure. You are actually. I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
shit. All right.
So then we run for our lives. Please.
Okay,
I'm
so So-
-1.
You can't tell why you were compelled to look down at the eye. You can't tell why the eye looked up at you. There might be some magical presence. You're not really sure. But Church, you shoot back up to the spring wind, and you go uninvisible as you land on the main deck.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. So the good news is that Champ made it out as he appears back on my shoulder, and he saw something that is the bad news. Now the bad news is that the bad news has news of us, so we need to get out of here quickly because I think Vic saw something, another one of those dreams that we had, because he let us know that we've been compromised. So I don't know what will happen, but I think we shouldn't stick around to see what does. We should go as quick
The
as
good
possible.
news is it doesn't look particularly mobile. So yeah, let's.
Well, the problem is that I'm not sure how mobile it is, but it is very scary looking. Very evil.
What's
You
coming
all
out
hear
of
the
the mouth?
distant sound. You all hear the distant sound of the massive maw opening up, and just a horde of Varghouls fly straight out and up in your direction.
Go 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 go
Yeah.
go go.
It's
Drew,
the spring.
you are able to just fucking rip the wheel over and everybody kind of like stumbles as the entire spring wind makes a U-turn and begins to disappear. We don't have to go over combat, but you all certainly do have to like fight off a couple of our ghouls, but nothing too ridiculous. You've fought, at least a few of you have fought Varghouls before. This is not it. They are very light work, flying demons. Seemingly the only demons within Turaglass that were actually able to do anything about you. But you are certainly able to escape Turaglass. So,
All right. So who are we staving off? I would still be on the broom. So I guess
I mean, if
I
you-
landed. I landed.
yeah,
so
you
never
landed,
mind.
and everybody is still. You landed as as you informed everyone, and then you also you are on the spring wind as it's actively escaping.
Okay. So then
I'm just-
who?
Vic is
I
just
guess
concerned how they found him. That's
It's not. If it's described to me, can I attempt to make an Arcana check about at least like how they were seen?
Sure.
then
Yeah,
yeah,
mine too.
I would have. Yeah, we would have let you guys know about
I'll say
everything we saw.
Arcana or nature check would work in this
Oh,
one.
Arcana.
smarter than me.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
22
I have expertise in Arcana.
A 22 to Arcana. You've seen it before. You know what Devil's Sight is. It's pretty easy. It's not very unique.
Yeah.
It's not very common, but there are quite a number of just natural sights, natural vision that are able to discern invisible creatures. Devil's Sight is definitely one of them. There's spells that can negate invisibility. It just seemed like Turaglass was a powerful enough being to have Devil's Sight, or True Sight, if even.
Yeah, it's not a particularly difficult ability to acquire, especially once you're powerful enough. So I have a feeling that it just either see invisibility or true sight, something like that.
All right, that's good. I thought something is just trailing me or something.
It takes about the same amount of energy to see invisible things as it does to make things invisible. So
Okay.
So then, let's make our way to the next volcano before these things have a chance to do anything. And
I
then
think that was the last one.
that was
we
I thought
needed.
we had. Oh, I thought we had 2 more to do.
No, because we just needed to cut off
Okay.
the Dark Seldarin, and if we have... will not let me draw, but if we have, like, everything between Jehutai and where we just were, that pretty solidly cuts off the Dark Seldarin. Because
Oh, I
they're...
see. What you mean. Yeah. I think
Okay.
so.
Then we need to go south and meet up with the Aesir and give them the information to the army that's headed up to the city of Brass.
Okay.
And let them know that, and then we could maybe ask for a quicker way to go west so that it maybe doesn't take us a week to get there, because it seems urgent.
Now, the problem I should probably preface is that though yes, you have successfully scouted these volcanoes, getting to the west is going to take, or even like starting to isolate the Dark Seldarin is going to take longer than just a couple days, because the Aesir are going to have to now have to do all the fighting for that.
That's right.
You
We
can
got to wait either way.
You can certainly do other activities or try your best to escape to the west, but that's up to what you want to do.
Yeah, and we know that they don't really have any way west, because otherwise they would have probably used it by now.
Mhm.
To at least let someone know that something was happening.
Mhm.
So,
So
damn.
then we just have to meet up with them, and so then we can make our way west as they do.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what we're gonna do next session, because I think this is the time we said we would stop.
I think. Do we want to do? Are we good to stop here, or do we want to do another hour?
Yeah,
Because
that was another
I
hour.
think
Yeah, I
so.
thought we
It's
were
2
going
o'clock.
another hour.
Yeah.
It's 2 o'clock for me, so we were and I think we said 3 o'clock my time
never
was
mind.
going to be when we.
We did initially say another hour, but we have also finished a task.
That's true.
I think
So
we
if
should just plan
Is
for
as
what's
good of a
next
time
we're
as-
gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And then
this feels more like the time to figure out the next move and wrap things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
agree.
for
like-
my information, you guys are going to go to the Aesir who are in Jehutai to inform them about everything going on.
Mhm.
What do
And
you
then
all think you
AD
want to
battle.
do next? Because you all, in honesty, could contribute to the ensuing combat that they're going to be having with Vukarik and why am I forgetting his name? Turglass.
Glass.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
think-
done with Barbu's men by this point, because they were attacking the day before, and you guys will probably be coming back either pretty later in the evening, and all of Malefesh's like soldiers are going to be either staying put in the city but not being any sort of harm, or they're just going to be leaving. They're not. He quite literally has so much control over these demons that they can just walk into the water and die or something. But the Malefesh isn't going to be an issue. They've already taken care of Jehutai, so the next 2 cities they have to are going. So they're just going to take care of Vukarik and Turglass, and you can contribute to that as well if you want to,
I
or if
think
you
we
want
should.
to, you can go down south and start doing stuff with the Dark Seldarin ahead of time.
I think we should
think
help
we
speed
do.
up the westward expansion by helping them out with those.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm
We-
also...
Okay.
with quicken their pace, and then we'll be even faster to get to the west.
Okay.
As we
So
beat
now I get to
them, yeah.
prep a big huge battle. Yeah, another one. Not another one for you guys, but just another one in general. This will be my third.
Have fun doing homework, nerd.
But yeah, okay. I have so much homework I have to do both in college and also for this campaign. But yeah, okay. So next session, you guys are going to be making it over to the Aesir, reporting your findings. You guys are probably going to have to introduce Mailfesh to the rest of the Aesir, just because I believe Hecate had informed Mimir. But regardless, everyone's going to be still pretty hesitant about working alongside the demon dragon.
Yeah.
Myra just
Everyone was quite.
half of Myra's trip home is just translating
Mhm.
the agreement into Orcish and Elven.
Mhm. Ooh, also,
Just like
for the people that are a part of the hive mind, including Zaremiel. For those that aren't, Zaremiel would probably be able, like, once he calmed down. About an hour after the conflict, after the Hecatoncres, after the creature, the creature was called a Hecatoncres, but after this vision had been seen by everybody, about an hour later, Zaremiel would have probably calmed down as he informs the rest of the group that the Hecatoncres had been defeated. It was he's getting this information fed to him by Mailfesh, who actually has the ability to like see what the hell is going on. But yeah, apparently there was this massive battle in the city of Ithaca, which resulted in the entire population of a country being turned into the Hecatoncres. The massive flesh hand that you had been seeing, it was a construct made by Hera, one of the Olympian Council members. And
Oh no, the church is dead because
Wait, did my dad be?
Church's dad was specifically there contributing, but he is still alive.
Yo.
Let's go.
And eventually the Hecatoncres was defeated over the course of an hour of combat. And by an hour, I mean 12 combat sessions of just non-stop fighting. Non-stop fighting, probably getting through like 2 rounds of combat per session. It was several months in the making. It was several months of work, and then so much shit happened. But eventually, some of the casualties, I'm not sure how pertinent or impactful this would be to the one person that knew this person. Myra, one of the casualties was Brugo Ash, the sort of blue tiefling paladin that had been with the party for probably a couple sessions before you had shown. He was part of the victory, however, as he had contributed to this combat. However, something had happened as the Hecatoncres had been defeated, and all of the demons that had been contributing to defeating the Hecatoncres, instant killed.
Ooh.
Just almost like a wave of somebody's hand, just all of them gone. This included Brugo, and did I say anything? Does the name Rosmoen ring a bell to anyone?
Yeah. You let me know about Rosmoen.
This does not include your father, but all of the citizens, the refugees of Rosmoen, every single one of them is dead now. From that wave of a hand.
Yeah, I did know about Brugo Ash as well. Oh man. Damn. Wait. What? What?
It was a pretty impactful moment. You can all see the impactful moment in group 3 and 4, session 4139.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that happened. As you
Okay.
all had kind of like synced up events, synced up dates, pretty much. But yeah, so that had just ended. Like we had the aftermath session where all of that had occurred yesterday.
Oh wow.
jeez,
Okay.
But yeah, if you have any questions about that, you can certainly ask Zoremiel, aka Mailfesh, about that. But if not, it's not too pertinent of knowledge for your current situation. And also, just to clarify for Vic, it wasn't really supposed to be the Raven Queen didn't really give you a hey, go help these people kind of vision. It was more of a hey, yeah, this thing is kind of happening right now. It's not really looking good. Ooh. And in fact, speaking of you, one of the things that you would have kind of sensed is the death of one of those followers of the Raven Queen.
Oh, shit. All right. Oh well. Shit. Well, I guess we'll have to just check it out.
You'll have to find out in the next couple months and before you actually manage to escape this this hellscape. But yeah, so that is everything that occurred. That's all I have. Is there anything else anyone wants to go over before we conclude the session?
Damn, I feel bad for all of them.
What happened over there? Fuck.
Rip to those guys, but we're built different.
Yeah.
We're gonna get all the refugees to safety this time.
We
Seems
need our
Yeah.
help. Okay, that's why.
seems
Now
pretty
we're gonna get mauled to death by so many demons.
Okay. So, if nothing else, which by the way you can also just ask out of session. I can also speak on that. But I think for now that is going to be where we conclude the session for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Our next session is going to be in 2 weeks. Jake, is everything going on right? Is everything good right now? Because it sounds like you were like an entire pantry of China plattery kind of just fell over on your side.
Oh, yeah, I'm currently on like outside my house, going to the shop.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I said about, oh, that's where we're ending the session because I needed to go to the shop.
Yeah, no, okay, you're fine. All right, well, in that case, that is where we're going to end the session for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys. When did we see you guys? The 15th. Not the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. Take care, y'all. Have a good
Let's
night.
go.
Have fun, y'all. Don't do drugs.
Boy.
Also, Jake, what were you still able to play in the other game? Were you telling me, or were you just needing that
Yes.
time? Okay, because your character is still going strong.